So I'm a cable guy and I'm helping this older lady. In order to do what I have to do to fix her problem, I had to deal with her VCR. I press play. Adult content comes on. She said, "That's not mine." I'm like, yeah, sure. We're not going to call it the word that everybody else calls it. We're going to call it palm. All right. So today we're going to talk about how to quit palm in 30 days. Let's talk about it.
I love Brotha T.
How you doing? This is Terry Wilson, aka your boy Brotha T, here with another one. So I'd like to thank you and welcome to the new life tree, where we like to give you little pine cones of wisdom for your motivation and mental health. If you don't know what that is, stick around, stay on the channel, you'll get it. Remember, I don't know everything, but I might know a lot of things. Today we're going to talk about how to quit palm in 30 days. Why am I calling it palm? Because I don't want to say the word. YouTube doesn't like the word. Facebook doesn't like the word. We're not going to say the P word in its original form. We're going to call it palm. That story was absolutely true. It was a true story. I was really a cable guy helping out an old lady, and I pressed play on her VCR and adult content or palm came up. And yes, she really said, "That's not mine." Maury?
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Yeah. So let's jump right in and find out how we can quit it within 30 days. First, I'm going to introduce you to something you may or may not have ever heard of. It's called the 2190 rule. Let's go. So the 2190 rule states that it takes 21 days to make a habit and 90 days to make it a permanent lifestyle change. If there's a lifestyle change you would like to make, commit to your goal for 21 days and it will become a habit. Commit to your goal for 90 days and it will become a part of your lifestyle. That's easier said than done, because there's a lot of men out there watching palm. And a lot of them are watching this right now like, "Nah, honey, he's crazy. I don't watch palm." Maury?
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
For real. Right. So there's a few pointers I'm going to give you, a few things that you can practically do today in order to get to that level. Now, I know it says 21 days and I'm saying 30. The reason why I'm saying 30 is because I want you to go beyond that 21-day threshold, right? I don't just want you to make it a habit. I want you to go a little further than that. Now, let's address something that's not really said, something that's not really brought into the open a lot. There are a lot of people that watch palm. You know what I'm saying? But they'll never tell you. There's a lot of married men that watch palm because they're not getting what they need out of a marriage or sometimes a long-term relationship. This is so true. There's a lot of sexless marriages out there. People aren't talking about it because, I don't know, maybe it's taboo, maybe it's, it's something that people just don't want to be in the open. There's a lot of shame involved, right? Sometimes people, even religiously, they make you feel guilty for being a certain way or bringing up certain subjects or talking about certain subjects. But we're grown here, so we're going to talk real to you on T's Life Tree because we want to give you the tools to make your life better. We're not going to shame you for anything that you have done or things that you're doing now, especially if you want to make that change to a better way of living. Let's jump right into the list. The first thing I want you to do, I want you to identify a potential problem. That's easier said than done, because we go about our lives and we do things, we form habits, right? Sometimes when we form habits, we just do things instinctively. And if we have formed that habit early on in our lives, especially as children, it becomes subconscious. Once it becomes subconscious, we just do it. We don't have any choice in the matter. I know that sounds crazy to some of you out there, but it's absolutely true. Think about those triggers that you have. When somebody says a certain thing, or if they do a certain thing and you just react, you don't even know why you reacted the way you reacted. I would say it's probably because it's a trigger set in your subconscious from your childhood, maybe a childhood trauma even. I know you hear that word a lot, but it's a real thing, so you have to look into that. So identifying a potential problem could be easier said than done. What are the triggers? And that'll be number two. Number two, I want you to find the triggers. First, you have to identify that you have a potential problem. Then I want you to identify the triggers. Go back to your childhood if you have to. Identify the triggers. Maybe it becomes from a certain insecurity. Maybe you're insecure with your body in some kind of way. You don't want people to see this or experience that, or you think this way about yourself because of this and that. You could have been violated as a young child by somebody that helps you or has you thinking a certain way or taking certain actions because you want to avoid something or go to something. You get what I'm saying? So you're not just watching Palm just because. You're watching Palm because you might be insecure, because you might have something that has been done to you or anything. It could be anything from your past. Identify that. Identify the potential problem, then identify the triggers. The next thing I want you to do is be honest about the impact that it's having on your life. This is a very important thing that you have to do. You have to sit down and say, does this make me less efficient in life? Now, I can't answer for a lot of women out there. I don't know how it impacts your life for women that do watch it, because some women watch Palm, maybe even that old lady, right? Oh, I'm just saying. But let's say this is more for the men, because I can speak from the perspective of a man. And when you are really enthralled in watching that all the time, it will affect your life, right? It'll make you less efficient. You'll be thinking about, hey, all right, hey, I got about 10 minutes. Let me palm it up right quick, right? Or, you might be looking for, they have all these different genres. Not that I would know about that.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
But they have all these different genres, so maybe you want to see some different kind. You can't wait till you do this and do that. Sometimes, especially when you're young and your libido's going real strong, you find reasons and you find ways and you find time for that. But it affects the rest of your day. You stop getting things done as much. But we'll get to that a little bit more in a second. Let's go to the next thing that you have to do, though. I want you to get busy with something positive. Now, what am I saying? Is this a habit, or is this a plan that you made? It could be anything, right? I'm not telling you to do one specific thing, but let's say you have a side business. Get busier in your business. Take more bookings, take more clients, If you don't have a side business, find a hobby that you like to do and really get into it. Let's say you do YouTube. Concentrate on your YouTube channel and making it better. If you just work and go home, let's find a skill that'll make you more efficient and make you a better worker at work. Get into that. Get what I'm saying? Learn how to play the piano. I don't know. You get what I'm saying. Find something positive and find something constructive. Get into it. This is for 21 days. So let's do a quick review before we get into the last thing I want you to do. The first thing I want you to do, I want you to identify a potential problem. The next thing I want you to do, I want you to find the triggers, no matter whether they're present, or from the past. Next thing I want you to do is be honest about the impact that it's having on your life. Next thing after that, I want you to get busy with something positive. Now, you're doing all these things. This is the 21-day process. The very last thing I want you to do, and even though it doesn't sound, or it's not going to sound like it's the most important, it might end up being the most important. I want you to take something else away that you want. You say, Brother T, that doesn't make sense. Ah, yeah, it does. Take something away that you want. Something else other than palm. In other words, Yoda,
you must unlearn what you have learned.
What can you take away? Let's say you really like food. Let's say you really like sugar. Let's say you really like fried foods. Take away fried foods for that 21 days as well. Why am I telling you this? Because to some of you, you probably think I'm out of my mind right now. There's always a method to my madness, right? I don't know everything, but I might know a lot of things. And what I'm telling you is, when you take away something else that you want, it could be anything. It could be electronics. It could be social media. Take away something else, because what that does, that tames you and that teaches you discipline. This is helping you out. And also, it might distract you from the palm situation. Do you get what I'm saying? This trains you. You can liken it or compare it to like people in church that go on fast, right? You can even call it a fast. When people go on fast in churches, I think a lot of church folks get it a little bit wrong because they've been taught wrong. But what you're really doing, you're disciplining yourself. And specifically in church, what you're doing, you're taming your flesh, as they say, right? So what you're doing, you're teaching yourself discipline. So when you take away something that you really want, other than palm, you're teaching yourself discipline. And while you're disciplining yourself over there, you're distracting yourself from that as well. So now you're taming yourself both ways. Double discipline. You're discipline on top of discipline. If you do those things for 21 days and you stay committed to it and you follow it through, I can't guarantee it, but I almost guarantee that you will be different at the end of it. It's up to you to do the work. It's up to you to take yourself to the next level. But if you are committed to it, you're going to think totally different. You're going to know that you can't live life without it. It worked for me. Not that I would know. I'm just kidding. So this is Terrion Wilson. We all are adults here, and some adults are going to lie about it. They're not going to tell the truth about it. But yeah, man, I'm an open book. What else? What did Tyrese say? What else do you want from me?
What
right?
more do you want from me?
So this is your man, Terrion Wilson. If you want to quit palm for within 30 days or less, follow this program. Let's review one more time before we get off. I want you to identify a potential problem. Find the triggers. Be honest about the impact that it has on your life. Get busy with something positive, and I want you to take away something that you really want. Do those things, and if you do those things for 21 days or more, and it doesn't transform your life, I can't help you after that. This is your man, Brotha T, and we'll be back with another hot one next time, family. I'm out of here. Peace.